I sometimes describe English spelling as a museum of earlier pronunciations. This doesn't explain all the idiosyncrasies of English spelling, of which there are many, but it does explain some of the silent consonants. English used to have some consonant clusters at the beginning of words that we no longer say as clusters. Old English had clusters like HL, hla, HR, hra, HN, hna, GN, gna, and KN, kna. So, for example, the word loaf in Old English was hlaf, H-L-A-F. The word for a ring was hringa, H-R-I-N-G-E. And the word for your neck was hnecca, H-N-E-C-C-A. All of those H's at the beginning got lost, and they got lost fairly early in the history of English. They got lost before spelling got standardized. So in the spelling, we no longer see the H. We get loaf, ring, and neck. But let's take the words gnat and knife. Those consonant clusters in the beginning used to be pronounced. So gnat really was pronounced gnat, and a knife was a knief. The initial G and the initial K got lost sometime in the Renaissance, right as spelling was getting standardized. So the spelling preserves the sound even though we've lost it in the pronunciation. This also explains a word like night, K-N-I-G-H-T, which used to be pronounced knicht. Both the K and the GH were pronounced in that word. Now, earlier pronunciations don't explain all the silent consonants, and I want to give you one example, which is S in the word island. The word S in island is a mistake. The word goes back to Old English, Ieland. It means something like waterland or riverland. But in the Renaissance, the word came to be associated with the French borrowing isle, I-S-L-E, which goes back to Latin insula. So people thought that the S had just gotten left out somewhere in the history of English, so in the Renaissance they put the S back in, and that is the story of the S in island. So sometimes silent consonants capture an earlier pronunciation, and sometimes they capture an earlier misunderstanding.